Good morning, students, and welcome to this MOOC online course. We have developed this online MOOC course for BSc Agri students. Especially, we focused on the course Language 111. Course title is Communication Skill and Personality Development. Our course title is Reading Comprehension and Communication Skills in English. We have discussed the first unit, in which also we have discussed the first lesson, that is, are you clean slate? So first unit is education, second unit is employment. Under employment we have the lesson title is Unemployed Millions. So this is my brief introduction. Already I have given in the first lecture, so I will not repeat it. So this is actual this is actual lesson, employment. I have taken the image from the book, which I am going to discuss with you. So first I will read out and then I will discuss the major concept which is mentioned in this lesson. So Raju is a young graduate, and you can almost imagine his face. It is a blank. You can see the face of any young graduate in it. It means that he is unemployed and searching a job for him. Raju is unemployed. He is looking for a job. One evening, his friend Robert comes to see him, and Raju. We have the dialogue between Raju and Robert. We have the dialogue between Raju and Robert. So Raju, Robert, how nice to see you. Robert, hello. How are you things? How are things going? Still applying for jobs? Robert, hello. How are things going? Still applying for jobs? Raju, I'm afraid so, Mom. Not very encouraged. Look, here is an old issue of India today. See what it says. Unemployed millions. If the economy as a whole did fairly well over the last 5 years, this was not reflected in any decline in the levels of unemployment. In fact, the number of people registered on the live rolls of the employment exchange shot up dramatically from 15.3 million in 1960 to 24.2 in 1965, an increase of almost 60%. So also the number of fresh registration continued to be 10 times as much as the number of placements every year. In 1984, the respective figures were 2.2 million for registration and 1.6 lakh placements. So Raju discussed in India Today's article that economy is growing, but it is not reflected in decreased unemployment. So the number is given. So we will discuss. This is the first lesson. So what is the relation between economic growth and unemployment? So it is expected that if the economy is growing, definitely our job should be increased. So an increase in the amount of physical capital goods in the economy, technical improvement, grow the labor force, increase in number capital. So economic growth, what is the economic growth? Physical capital goods, technical improvements, grow the labor force and increase in human capitals. So what is economic growth? Is an increase in the production of economic goods and services compare from one period to so economic growth is an increase in the production of economic goods and services compared from one period of time to another. Traditionally, aggregate economic growth is a measure in terms of a gross national product GNP or gross domestic product GDP, although alternative metrics are sometimes used. Growth and employment. Growth generates employment and employment generates further growth. In general, employment corresponds to the qualitative aspect of a growth. If a country is on the growth trajectory, it will generate more employment opportunities, and while the growth declines, period of recession, people start losing jobs. Growth and development. Recently, the Center for Monitoring the Indian Economy released data stating that India's unemployment rate in August 2022 rose to 8.3. Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, and Rajasthan have the highest level of unemployment rate, each with over 30% of the unemployment rate. In August, urban unemployment was 9.6 and rural was 70.7. Chhattisgarh has an unemployment rate of just 0.54. Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, and Meghalaya all have unemployment rates well below 3%. What is unemployment rate? It is calculated by looking at all the people of working age who are demanding work and then finding out what percentage of them are unable to land a job. That percentage is the unemployment rate. Unemployment rate is equal to total employment divided by total labor force. The GDP and unemployment rate. So India's GDP is historical data. This is for only for your reference. This is not for examinations. Just look at this. Unemployment rate in the countries: Uzbekistan 7.16%, India is 5.98%. In Bhutan, Bangladesh, we have very higher unemployment as compared to Bhutan, Pakistan, Indonesia. So why employment exchange are called exchange? What is exchanging them? So employment exchange refers to an office of a central or state government which collects and furnishes information on the prospective employers, available vacancies and job seekers, and thereby facilitating job seeker to find a suitable job and for industry to find the suitable manpower. So employment exchange means any office or place established and maintained by the government for the collection and furnishing of information, either by the keeping of registers or otherwise respecting person who seeks to engage employees, person who seek employment, and vacancies which person seeks employment may be appointed. So this is what is the difference between the occupation and the profession. Many times this question is asked in the examinations. So occupation is an activity undertaken by a person to earn his livelihood. It can be a business, profession, or employment that a person undertakes to make money. Many think that occupation and profession are synonyms, but the fact is they are different. Profession is an activity that requires specialization, specialized training, knowledge, qualification, and skills. It implies membership of a professional body and certificate of practice. The individual who undertake a profession of rendering personalized services are called professionals who are guided by a certain code of conduct set up by their respective boy. So this is a short essay which is discuss about unemployment rate and the GDP and the growth of the country. So this is very simple lessons, very short lessons. So this is another second lesson that is called unemployment. Employment, the same lessons unit 2, but we have the sub lesson that is called paradox. So paradox, what is the paradox? Okay, the same lesson is continues. The title is given a paradox. So the same thing, Raju, Robert, listen to this passage from the Manorama yearbook. Just in the beginning of the lesson, we saw and we mentioned about the dialogue between Raju and Robert. So here, this dialogue is continues. Raju also mentioned one of the passage from the Manorama yearbook. What it says, what it given, what it is in the given, what is in the passage. We'll just find out. A large number of workers and educated persons, including matriculations and above, are found on the live register of employment exchange, and their number has been rising from year to year. Among the work seekers, those with no training or work experience are generally found to be surplus all over the country. On the other hand, a large number of vacancies are cancelled for want of suitable applicants, which provides a rough indication of shortage of occupations. During the year 1981, a total of 35,600 vacancies were cancelled by the Employment Exchange for want of suitable candidate, as against roughly 33,800 vacancies cancelled during the preceding year. So isn't it a paradoxical? Because two opposite scenarios are mentioned in this paragraph. On the one hand, the number of people registered is going up steadily, and the other hand, the number of vacancies cancelled is also going up. What are the reasons? The report of the Planning Commission says that the problem of uncertain unemployment is most acute among educated persons who are relatively young and belong to the age group 15 to 29, probably because they are relatively inexperienced and have expectation of a job with adequate security. So, Planning Commission mentioned about why the unemployment is increasing, because it is in the age group of unemployment has been mostly found in the age group of 15 to 29, because they expect a job with adequate security. So what is paradox? The title is given and the scenario is explained. In one scenario, in one side employment rate is increasing, okay, and the other side also number of vacancies are cancelled every year due to lack or not having a suitable candidate for the job. So two opposite scenario in explain in a one situation, that is called paradox. A paradox is a statement that may seem absurd or contradictory, but yet can be true, or at least make sense. Paradoxes are often contrary to what is commonly believed, and so play an important part in furthering our understanding in literature and everyday life, or they can simply be an entertaining brain teaser. So on the one hand, the number of people registered is going up steadily, and on the other hand, the number of vacancies are cancelled is also going up, is paradoxical. So take the statement less is more. So this statement uses two opposite words that contradict one another. How can less be more? The concept behind this statement is what is less complicated is often more complicated. So this statement is false. So the statement cannot be false and true at the same time. So that is called paradox. Example of paradox. You can save money by spending it. I know one thing that I know nothing. This is the beginning of the end. Deep down, you are really shallow. So these are some examples of paradox. What is meant by jobs with adequate security? This question is already asked in the examinations. Job security is the probability that an individual will keep their job till his or her wish or retirement. Job security means assurance that an employee has about the continuity of gainful employment for his or her work life till retirement. Job security also includes regular payment, increments, allowances, holidays, leaves, PF and pensions. So these are all things included in the job security. Can you guess the meaning of the word exchange in the following expression? A telephone exchange, a stock exchange, exchange of prisoners, exchange greeting, glance, blow. So these can be questions asked in the examinations. So thank you for listening to me and giving your time. So we'll meet again in the next lesson. So don't forget to complete all the questions asked at the end of every lessons. So we have created modules. In every modules you have videos, and at the end of the video you have to solve the questions. So one by one, watch the video and solve the questions. Automatically you will divert to the next videos. So thank you very much for watching.